Hello, everybody. I realize at the moment, but I figured I'll go ahead and get this going. This is kind of a follow-up to my last live video back in January because it was a very poor quality video. I hope this one comes out better, but I won't know until I log back in and check the video out. So I'm actually live on Facebook, which is up here on the top, and I'm live on YouTube. So I'm in two places right now. So those on YouTube or on Facebook can see me, and those on YouTube can see me. So this will be archived in both places. So I'm actually looking at my previous videos to make sure that I cover everything that I talked about in the last video. But first, I'm going to give a quick update of what's going on with my dad here. He is doing okay. And actually, I'm getting feedback now on my other video. But my dad is doing okay. And the trip here to Tennessee was quite interesting. I'm actually debating now if I want to take the train back or fly back. It was quite packed on the airplane. I know that there are plenty of videos out there about people flying in the United States during this COVID. But for me, it was quite stressful. I didn't quite like the trip to Tennessee, so much so that I am looking for a train to go back on. What I would do is go down to Birmingham and then or to Atlanta and take the train back to my monastery in New Mexico. But we'll see. I've heard Delta is a better way to fly. So I don't know right now, but let me quickly address those who are just logging in. If you're on Facebook, you can add your comments and I can see them on my iPad. So if you see me looking down, I'm actually looking at my iPad, which is here, and I can see the quality of the video and it's doing okay. And for those on YouTube, on the side, I can see you there. Hello, I think that is Nick from Alabama. And let me adjust a few things here. But anyway, let me go on here. So I'm doing okay. It's been a interesting couple of days here. I haven't been going to church like I usually do. I love going to the early mass at Holy Ghost, but I've decided not to do that one because my dad is sick. And I'm afraid that if I do catch anything, I would bring that here. He's doing a lot better. But I did lose a friend, a really good friend, to COVID on Sunday. That was quite upsetting because what happened was a lady was emailing me over the course of 3 or 4 days. Actually, I think since January, I got to look back. And she was saying, oh, by the way, AJ has been sick. Could you pray for him? I was like, sure, of course. And she kept going back and forth. And it didn't click at the first moment who AJ was because I knew a couple of AJs. In fact, the particular AJ we're talking about, I just talked to. He's a good friend in Alabama. I talked to him a couple of days right after Christmas, I think. And so I didn't think that he would be the AJ this lady was talking about. But Sunday evening, she emailed me, said AJ passed away. I think it was Sunday. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Of course, we'll pray for him. And come to find out, she sent me the obituary, and it was AJ from Alabama. And I kind of just, it was very upsetting. I will just say that. I didn't know what to think. I was like, oh no. You know, if it had clicked earlier, I probably would have went down and visited him while I'm here. Of course, I just got here on Friday, so, you know, I probably wouldn't have been able to go down. Let me look down here. Okay. So obviously the lighting is not the greatest in here, but I'm doing what I can. So a couple of things I thought were neat. Being that this is the house that I grew up in, I was looking through our book collection to see things that I was reading when I was young. I don't know if I brought all the books here with me. Oh, I did. They're right here. Let me grab these here. So it's kind of neat when you go back to your house that you grew up in, and my parents have been in this house for many, many years. So I have found all kinds of things because I've just been looking around to see what's around the house, and I found all kinds of cool books. Well, one of them was this book here. This one is Stunt Kites, because I loved flying kites when I was young, and this is a whole book about making these awesome kites to fly. One of those things that I just love doing. So I found that. It's not that old of a book, but I found the other ones too, which are interesting, that just kind of show you the history of me and electronics and heating and cooling. My dad is a plumber, professional plumber. So this is one of some of the books. I know when you're 8 years old, you don't read this stuff, but I did. This is one of those books. I'm hoping it's displaying properly. Let me look down here. It looks like it's backwards. I'm sorry if it's backwards. It says, if you can read backwards there, how to make homes electrically by wind, water, and sunshine, which is very appropriate for Christ in the desert. As you all know, we use heating, or we use solar heating, and we use electric solar for getting power. So this is one of the books I read when I was young. Quite interesting. Funny that I ended up in a monastery where we have this. And here's another one, just to show. This was another book. Did I really understand everything I was reading? No, but it was fascinating. It had all kinds of diagrams and things in here, and I could just remember these things. I'm gonna show it down here first, and then I'll show it up there. So it's quite funny that I actually was reading these things when I was young, and here I am now dealing with that at our monastery at Christ in the Desert. Another one, which is nothing big, it's just The Hobbit. I know my brother and I really love The Hobbit. And a few other things. And this one's just interesting. I didn't see this when I was growing up, but how to take photos. This book dates back to the 60s. So, and of course I'm doing photos now, but a little bit more of what's going on. So I'm here in Tennessee, in Knoxville, taking care of my dad because he had to have some of his toes removed, and he didn't deal with that very well. So he was falling. He's been very weak. So I was called in, and I had to get a ticket immediately to get here. He's doing a lot better now today. Definitely he's doing better. We think that it was the stitches that they put in his foot were irritating and causing him to have a lot of pain. So having those stitches removed, he's doing better now. But we're not out of the woods. He stayed in bed all day the other day, and he was up a little bit today, and he went to the doctors and things like that. So my brother's wife was here helping me, so that was a good thing. And I spent most of the day cleaning the house. So we're looking at a way to help him and things like that. So this is one of those things as monks we have to deal with. Our parents, we got to do these things. Back in the day, monasteries didn't allow the monks to go back and help their families in this way. I know people are like, oh, in the good old days. Well, I could see why they did those things, but it can put a burden on the immediate family. So I'm grateful that that has been changed. It really, really helps. But you should look at the history of what monks had to go through back in the day. It did make some really holy monks, but I think it also caused unnecessary struggles. But I didn't live during that, obviously, so I can't really speak of how it really was. Let me grab some tea here. If you hear an echo, I'm listening to the broadcast on my iPad. So we've gotten everything settled. I'm now looking for some type of assistant living, someone that will come here and live with my dad and help him out. So that's really going to help, and we'll go from there. Anyway, so one of the reasons that I started this broadcast was to rebroadcast my January broadcast, and the main thing is that why I started the Desert Monk. And I also want to say thank you for those who subscribed, that first 100 people who subscribed to my channel. That was amazing that we were able to get that in short of a time, especially for my type of channel. It's not anything like highly exciting. We don't have like fireworks going off or be doing really goofy things like you see on some of these other channels. It's a very much here is what it's like on the work side for now to be a monk. What type of work do we do? And you get to follow me around and see what type of work that I'm doing. So it's been quite fun. It's been interesting trying to produce these videos with our schedule. I have a lot more time now, but we'll see how we can continue. Like I would love to broadcast some of our Easter events live. We've got the equipment to do it now, but we'll have to see. I may have to record it and edit it and then do things like that. But that's something to look forward to. But I started this because I want to share with you all. I wanted you to see this type of life that we live. For now, the type of life that I live, because I'm the one that has all the cameras and can do this. And I've kind of been doing things like this for a while. So that's one of the reasons that that I've started this. I do see some things are popping up on YouTube, but I can't quite see them. Oh, thank you. I think it says Tracy. Again, the camera is really far away from me, so I can't see everything. So thank you. But yeah, I'm going to continue. I'm probably going to do a few videos from here. I'm thinking about going on a hike up to the mountains when I know everything's settled here. So I will do a video of the areas that I used to hike around all the time as a young scout. Some beautiful areas if you haven't been to the Appalachian Mountains. I know a few of my friends in New Mexico haven't seen the Gatlinburg area. It's hard to explain it. In fact, I haven't been there in years, so I don't know what it's like. In fact, I think the last time I was in Gatlinburg was with my friend from England. So that would place it around 2011. So I did work in Gatlinburg for a little bit of time, but I didn't really visit the main part. So one of the things that if you've watched my videos, you've probably noticed, I'm not sure, not a lot of people have seen my earlier videos. I was really focused on the work a lot and they weren't very creative. It was just kind of me hashing out the daily life. But as I've been going on, it's been getting a little bit more. The music is all pretty much original. I write the music for myself and then put it into the videos. The camera is right now, it's just a cell phone, nothing special. I do have a GoPro, but I haven't actually put it on because it feels kind of weird walking around with a camera on your head while you're working. So I've kind of been working on making it more hands-on and things like that. And I'll continue to do that. The reason that I don't do a lot of live broadcasts is because we're on satellite from the monastery. So it gets broken up quite often, as you can tell in that first broadcast. So if I do a live broadcast, I will probably try it from this cell phone, but I can't do that until I hit 1,000 people. Because I think the cell phone changes the way that it sends those broadcasts off to the internet. Now, if anyone has any questions, especially if you're watching on the YouTube, go ahead and just type it over in the message thing. And the same up here with Facebook, and I can try to answer those while I'm sitting here. Let me look down here and see what we have. Yes, the drain cleaning was quite interesting. I actually do that quite a bit. I've actually bought some new equipment so I can do that more efficiently. That was not one of those things that I look forward to doing. So that was interesting. We'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Yes, the bowler. The bowler is coming along. Actually, we'll have an update tomorrow about the bowler. For those who don't know, we're raising money for our bowler at the monastery. It's basically it died, but we were able to get someone in fairly quickly to get parts of it working. But believe me, it's going to die again. I won't get into the details about why it died, but basically it is, I think, 25 years old, and parts of it just, you can't buy parts for it anymore, which is kind of surprising and upsetting too. But with that being said, we need to just replace it because it's going to be this thing where we have to buy a part. We have to wait a month to get the part. In fact, the way we got it working this time, we basically found something that was close to the part and we put it in there and it worked. So we are more than halfway on the fundraising for that boiler. I think when I last look, let me see if I can see it on here. We're trying to get 28,000, I think it is. So we're at $13,000 on that. So if you'd like to help, just go to GoFundMe or go to YouTube or Facebook, excuse me, and there's a link on the Desert Monk and on our main page. I won't stay with that right now, but it's fun. All the brothers are doing great. Let me see here. All the brothers are doing great. No one's sick. Corona has basically stayed out of our monastery. As you know, we don't have a lot of guests. So that is an awesome thing. Let me look on everything. Oh, thank you, Lisley, I think it is. And again, my thing is quite far here. Yeah, please share my channel. The main thing is I'm not going to ask for money on it. It's just fun doing it and allowing to share our life with you. So if you see commercials on my channel, I didn't do that. Facebook sent an email a couple of months ago saying they're going to start showing commercials on my channel. And if that's the case, then when my channel is able to monetize from it, I may try to do that so I can lessen the amount. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. YouTube's doing that. Yes, Father Columba. For those, again, I'm talking to two different streams here. Father Columba is a priest from Connecticut. He helped at Legina Laudis. I'm not sure if y'all know about Legina Laudis, but there is I think there is a popular nun there, and I can't remember her name right now, but I think it's Dolores Hart, who is an actor. And that's where Father Columba was the chaplain for. He's the one who works with the sheep. I work with the sheep, but I work with him and with the sheep. So he'll constantly ask me to go feed the sheep and to do different things. And because I'm doing the irrigation, so they can, have field and pasture, I end up working with the sheep a lot more than most of the other monks. But Father Columba is a very knowledgeable person. He's going to start doing ceramics also. So he's a lovely person. I'm glad he's part of our monastery now. I'm looking up here again. Okay. So I really don't have much more to share with you, but again, if you have questions, this is a great time to do that. I didn't prepare for the stream right at this moment because, again, I was taking care of my dad. I just got in. I was like, well, I need to come on just to address a few small things. But I really do appreciate you all helping us out and being there. And we look forward when we can open up our monastery again so you all can come and be there. Yes, very good. Nancy was just saying, yes, it's Dolores Hart. That's at Regina Laudis. Oh my goodness, she kissed Elvis. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so just spread the word about the channel, and I can only see great things happening for it later on as I get better at my editing. I did take some schooling or classes in video editing and production, and it kind of shows. Someone donated a few lights to me just recently, so I'll have some new lights to work with when we're out doing some recordings and things. So anyway, I think I'm going to have to go now because I need to get ready to take my dad to dialysis tomorrow morning. And I'm very grateful for those who have been here with me to help me with this. I really don't like being away from the monastery, but sometimes you have to do that. That's just life. And need to remember our parents and help our parents a lot. My mother passed away Christmas of 2013. So that's been hard for the whole family, not just my dad and my brother, but our whole family. She was kind of the glue that held everything together. So when she passed, the family just hasn't been the same. But I think having my dad the way he is now is actually bringing the family together a lot more. So I'm thankful for that. So God bless. I'm going to look through a couple of comments here to see if I've missed anything before I go. Let's look here. Just want to say hello to a couple of people here. Rebecca, thank you for joining us. And let's scroll through. It's not that easy to scroll through here. There's a couple other people here. Let's see. Maria, thank you for joining us. Ed and Nick. So God bless you all. And I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. But again, you can send me messages on. Oh goodness, I can't remember my own channel now. Originally, my channel was called I think Monk's Corner, but I changed it to the Desert Monk because it was easier to find. So go to the Desert Monk on Facebook and leave me a message there, and I'll try to get back with you. Otherwise, God bless, and hope to see some of you all at the monastery when we open back up. Okay.